Hello and welcome to something just a little bit different than what has kind of been my normal staple. While we're waiting for the beta invitations to come out for the Let's Defend platform for their investigation section and exercises, we are going to jump over to CyberDefenders, which I've been meaning to sit there and start up and go through this stuff as it sits. I figured we would find something interesting to start with. And since OSINT has always been something that's interested me, I figured, okay, let's start with something I might enjoy. And if you guys don't particularly care for OSINT, okay, well, then I guess attach comments to the video and let me know as to, out of all this stuff, what you'd be looking to see about running through. But in this particular case, we are dealing with Intel 101, the exercise from CyberDefenders. This was published October 9th, 2020. Author is DFA, and it is extremely small, 290K. And in that, you get a single file, which I believe is only referenced in question 9, which, by the way, is there are only 9 questions that we will be dealing with in here. I'm taking a look at this stupid thing to see about trying to hopefully have this show up. Maybe? Oh boy. You know, it occurs to me it does not appear to be like it's showing up. Oh, it would be because of the fact that I'm an idiot and don't have it above everything else. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, let me guess, you're still not going to bother to come up. Okay, fine, let's do this. Instead of photos, I think I came into this problem before. Well, crap. What else can we open it with? Because photos apparently does not like it. Oh, here we go. Oldie but a goodie. Let's see if we can actually get Paint to render it properly and actually have it show up. Maybe? There we go. So it looks like some sort of maybe wooden or clay pterodactyl on a stump and a red barn behind, and looks like more clay-ish, like mountains or something in the background. Looks like an interesting place to be sure. I've already done the usual by bringing up the file properties with Windows and right-clicking on it and bringing up properties. I don't know as to whether or not if all that will end up showing through. It does, I just need to move it. Let's do that. Yeah, I know. It hasn't moved for you guys. Hang on. Probably should stop recording at particular points and eventually catch up with that. But so we're looking at all this stuff, and usually it would be a simple matter to try to get geo coordinates if they were attached, would be details, and if such a thing existed, it would be somewhere within here. And unfortunately, there are no geo IP tags. So we are going to actually have to hunt this sucker down, which is fine. That's part of the allure of OSINT. Alright, so we're going to take a look at this stuff here, and we're going to go down and we're going to take a look. So who is the registrar for James? Carneth. Alright, so I need to start a new. And so we've got that. And I'm just going to jot down notes just so I can keep everything together. So we are going to, if you are used to my Let's Defend videos, we are going to run over to Talos Intelligence. We are simply just going to remove the aspects of the question, and all we want to do is submit the James Kainth.com. We give that a second, and we are looking for who is information. Name cheap. Name withheld for privacy purposes. Oh, hooray. Oh, wait, we're not looking for the name, we're looking for the registrar. Whoops. I'm getting ahead of myself. So it would be Namecheap. Registrar. Namecheap Incorporated. So we'll take that, go back in. Ah, okay, I see now. Format. And that format does not include anything else. So they are not looking for the incorporated. So Namecheap. And submit. And just like that, we've answered our first question involving open source intelligence. Okay, so you get a phone call from this number, 855-707-7328. They were previously known by another name. No spaces between words. So this more than likely is going to be the good old-fashioned, let's whip this sucker on Google. So I'm just going to grab the telephone number, dump that into Google, and we will see what shakes out the other end. Spectrum Time Warner. Okay, let's take a look at what the format it's asking. Starts with a T. That's right, Spectrum bought out Time Warner, didn't they? A while back. Was it a year? 2? Oh, okay, let's give it a shot. Time Warner. Let me guess, I misspelled it, didn't I? Because that would just be about the way that I would do it. Time Warner? So it should be... Yeah, I copied and pasted. Timewar. We are well short on where we should be. So definitely should start with a T. No space between words. So it's obviously not going to be Spectrum. What if it's Time Warner Cable? Timewarnercable. Okay, let's try that. We're just a little bit short of where it was. Oh, I guess it would kind of help too if I would actually spell time properly. There you go, Time Warner Cable. So very, very extremely close. Just a little bit off in terms of the format, and of course missing a word, but you know, hey. Okay, so now we're moving on to question number 3. What is the Zoom meeting ID of the British Prime Minister's cabinet meeting? So that's going to be another just straight hit to Google. We are Googling the Zoom meeting ID of the British Prime Minister's cabinet meeting. And the first thing we get is grahamclooley.com/privacy. So an article that Graham Cluley's done. I believe he's an InfoSec person in the UK, I want to say. But let's take a look at Graham Cluley to see as to whether or not if we get the meeting ID from something. Hey, look at that. Very first thing we hit. We get a nice image, and in the upper left-hand corner of that image, what do we see? We see a Zoom meeting ID, exactly what we were looking for. So that looks like 539-544-323. Let's go back and take a look. So 539-544. Okay, so just that without the dashes. So we get the format right. Bingo, bingo, bongo. There we go. Now that takes care of question 3. On to question 4. Oh boy. What percentage of full-time degree-seeking freshmen from the fall of 2018 re-enrolled to Champlain in the fall of 2019? We're just going to Google for that whole thing. Grants and loans. That's where Brent's decline. Okay, so we are going to have to do a little bit of hunting, but to the surprise of no one, this is what we do. So we're looking for enrollment data. We are looking for full-time. The fall of 2018, although it doesn't, are we able to break this down by like fall? No, apparently not. So 82%? I mean, that is full-time, right? Full-time retention rate, 82%. Oh boy. So it definitely starts with an 8. 82 point, and then it's looking for something. Let's just double check. Oh, wait, that was the next tab over. I mean, you say that, but is there anything else to that? Would it actually break down, or would they round up? Oh, God. Well, I mean, if we get it wrong, we get it wrong. So what if we just say 82.0%? Nope, so there is some delimitation between all that. So what do we gotta do? I don't really care to sit there and look at. Don't care about race. I want retention data. I have no idea to be able to tell. Yeah, so we would probably have to count all these up to sit there and try to pull together the numbers. Of course, that's assuming a full time, but that's effectively what we're looking at, right? Download as a CSV. Sure, why not? And we'll sit there and try to work on this stuff with enrollment by race. Is there any way I can change that? Like I said, I don't give a crap about the race. We just want the data. Or did I do the enrollment from a wrong? You were looking in the wrong section for the enrollment. That's why. And even that states 82. It's a 77 from 18. Whoa. Oh, and then we're down to operations in terms of endowment, everything else like that. Crap. Sure, you've got the acceptance rate. You got anything else that would actually tell us it starts with an 80 something percent? Besides this, which full-time retention rate, 82%, which, I mean, that's great. That's just the problem of apparently we're looking for something else that's apparently more than. Makes me question if we ask for a hint, are we penalized? Oh, okay, good. The first hint is free. So sure, let's take a look at the first hint. Gee, thanks. For websites that collect data about colleges. I'm pretty sure. Data USA covers it. Is there anything else that maybe just facts and figures? Sure, you got 2020 to 2021, but how about... Okay, can we go further back? We got financial reports. Oh, this is University of Southern California. How did you end up with the Champaign College? Whatever. Okay, don't really care so much about their acceptance rate. Yeah, don't really. We want retention. Acceptance rate, acceptance rate. Hmm. Tuitions and fees, financial aid. Starting salaries. I mean, it seems like Data USA would be where we would get it, but the problem is... okay. Okay. Gonna take a quick second out of that. Oh, and I just realized that I have the wrong window selected for this, because, you know, heaven forbid that... There we go. I split off all these things into its own instance of Chrome with the tabs. So I'm going to move on to question number 5. I'll circle back around to 4. So thankfully, this again sticks with Champaign College, has a public Excel sheet listing addresses of campus locations available on the internet. What's the SHA-256 hash of the Excel file? Now that I can figure out how to find. So back to Google yet again. So we're going to use, what is it? I think it's called Google Dorks in order to sit there and comprise a search. So it's site:/champlain.edu space.xls. And the interesting thing is that the very first thing is a mychamplain.edu physical addresses. Looks like it's an XLS file. So if we pull that thing down, physical addresses, and I know there are any number of tools I could sit there, especially PowerShell, to be able to run it locally. Huh. What are we not going to be able to resolve? Okay, there we go. Let's see. I need to browse to CyberDefenders, Intel 101, physical addresses.xls, checking the hash. 7 months ago. Okay, this shows that it starts with a C. If we go back to my total, we find that it starts with a C. And that was it. So, not able to sit there and quickly answer number 4, but we can get answer number 5. All right, what's our next one? 1989, specifically on February 12th, Champlain was planning on adding an exciting new building to its campus. Back then it was called the Information Commons. Can you find a picture of what the inside would look like? Upload the SHA-256 hash here. Well, I would have to imagine it would be on the Champagne site. Champlain? Plain. It might be called something else. I think I've vaguely heard of this college before. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we are just going to back out. We're going to remove the .xls, and we're just going to keep the double quote, the information commons. Supposedly there's going to be a picture, so if we got a catalog, and this is specifically what the inside would look like. If I would take a look at images, so we've got to find is that what became of the library then? Let's take a look at the timeline. Still taking a second to load up. And it could be due to the VPN that I'm running through. They may not like it. Or it could just be overly saturated currently. Hey, look at that. Okay. Yeah, what was the specific? 1998. $1988. What do we got? Hmm. Really, that's it? Campus Center Building. Former location of the Smith House. Accounting and Business Management. Well, I'm going to try just taking off that image and see what happens. Because they are indeed right looking for the SHA-256 hash. I have no idea if that's actually going to be it. What does the hint look like? Should be a hash value that starts with an F. So let's go ahead and upload the image that I just pulled. 1988, and we will see as to whether or not it's not right. Before we freak out, we'll wait. I'm pretty sure it was not, I did not sit there and select the XLS file. I'm fairly certain. No, 1988, that starts with a 56 Delta as opposed to a Frank. Well then. Apparently that timeline ain't gonna be worth a... Not gonna be worth anything. The Information Commons houses computing labs. Okay, well, let's take a look at this and see as to what we got. This is another section. We come right back to this. Okay, so the Information Commons became the library by the looks of it. I don't suppose it's going to be just super simple and easy to see, hey, about the... That would be why I don't live in Vermont. I don't think I've even visited Vermont, which would explain as to why I wouldn't. This college doesn't remind me of anything. Well, bugger. How about February 12th, 1988? Oh, whoops. I guess it would kind of help if I would spell that proper. I don't suppose we're just gonna find something that's gonna make this easy. Why would we ever expect it to make it easy? $1988. What it would look on the inside. Well, we got a couple of different ones here. So let's grab that, we'll grab that, we'll grab that. That one, and that one. I mean, we do have at least the slight indication as to what we're partially looking for here. Alright, so got that one loading up. have that one load up. See as to whether or not if we can just grab the images. It's gonna be in the stupid reports, really? Crap. Since that timeline was a bust. Well, I suppose I could try the... Jiffle. We'll just save that as one. We've got the really old-timey photo. Oh, 1988, and for it to still be like that? Seems like it'd be a heck of a lot further back in time, but what do I know? We will see, though, because one of these is going to start with an F. I think we've only got, what, 3 more that I'm going to give it a shot through, and we'll see as to what shakes out. And now 2 more. So we're going to end up with, what, 5 images to sit there and pull hashes from? Yeah, I think I'm just going to do it with PowerShell. It's going to be that much quicker. So all I'm going to do is load up a instance of PowerShell. Let's see. Oh, crap. Yes, launch PowerShell. Alright, and we are just going to do this from the quick and dirty perspective. Whoa. A little bit too much there. Apparently I need to strip this mouse apart and see about cleaning. Okay, so if I bring up Notepad Capture on here and oh, whoops, whoops. Okay, so let's move this over. So all I've done thus far is cd to the directory, run it through, and so, oh wait, transition, there we go. So we're gonna do a git dash file hash algorithm. What is it? Actually, I think it defaults to SHA-256 asterisk dot jfif. And of course, this should start with F as in Frank. Cripe. 1998, not 1988. Crap. Apparently I need to go and drink some heck of a lot more coffee. So then we get this image. Okay, so none of these apply then. Okay, so it doesn't help us. Oh well, we're the shot. But 1988, so there's a picture of the library or the information commons. But yet they want a picture of the inside? Alright, this one I've already set there. So top row, third from the left. That was the first one I pulled down. Virtual study room. And that one is just a straight JPEG. Oops. Okay, so it's not going to be the virtual study room JPEG. So not the first one, top row. Unless there's a different image elsewhere. What else do we have, I guess? That's a picture from the inside, by the looks of it. Foursquare. Yeah, sure. Champaign College ProView. Sure, we'll grab that one too. And these are all what? JPEGs that are coming down? Yep, all JPEGs. Okay, so I'm still going to go through and work on these, but I'm already hitting 45 minutes at the recording point, so I am going to stop and we'll make this a 2 or even potentially a 3-parter. I might go through and if I can figure out where how I find the answers in terms of working through this stuff, so it's not well, basically a bunch of ums and ohs and ahs and oh dang that didn't work. And then basically just kind of go back and walk through the steps in terms of pulling that stuff together. So with that, that'll take care of part 1 for CyberDefenders Intel 101 exercise. I will see everybody in part 2.